A wide variety of possibilities exist for Puerto Rico that 500 years of Spanish domination has yet to uncover. Puerto Rico is like a lake of oil, black gold just under the surface. First, we must see it, then understand its possibilities, then harvest it. Government can do its job by recognizing the potential, making a plan, and then making it possible for the Puerto Rican citizen to do what cannot be done alone, but together can be done. As a government of people, we can enable, encourage, and support the private citizen with a vision of dreams that are possible. If there is ever a time when food shortages occur, there will be no greater insurance policy for Puerto Rico than to be potentially self-supporting by the development of farming. As a species, we love to till the soil and watch things grow. Almost anyone can do it, but he or she needs mechanical equipment, land, and above all, adequate farming knowledge. Providing mechanical equipment for hundreds, even thousands of potential farmers will more than overstress government and its budget. However, government-owned equipment or the government contracting equipment and operators can make shared farming operating equipment within reach of everyone who wants to make farming their career choice. Corporate and privately owned land can be made part of this newly established Puerto Rico Farming Alliance. Tax incentives, or simply the ability to help society, are good incentives to have land made available for private alliance farming. The government of Puerto Rico has underutilized land lying fertile under its control that can also be used to help make this vision a possibility. Land is temporarily divided into different size farming lots. Small lots of 100 square meters for some farmers to multi-acre land for fruit tree farmers. Flat land makes good land for cultivating, turning the soil, while heavy rock and mountainous land can become fruit tree farms. A Puerto Rican citizen makes a request for farmland and proposes crops that he or she would like to cultivate. The appropriate size land within close commuting distance is offered to this citizen. If the land needs cultivation, plowing or disking is made available by government or privately owned equipment operators. Employees of Puerto Rico, or volunteers, provide information to the Alliance farmer about crop and soil management. The concept is to provide assistance where accepted. There is no demand or threats of fines. The field professor is the friend of the farmer, not the leader or manager. The farmer is free to use his or her own judgment for the outcome of the crop and harvest. There will even be cases when the field professor himself learns from the farmer. The Alliance farmer now has land, cultivated if necessary, available instructions, and ready for immediate farming. The farmer must provide hand tools and seeds or seedlings. His or her obligations are to plant, keep crop free of weeds, watering if possible, maintaining the land by providing natural fertilizer if possible, and harvesting and preparing crops for delivery to the Alliance Harvest Center. All funds paid to the Alliance farmer from the Harvest Center belong to the farmer to pay any outstanding debts used to finance the business and to support the farmer's family. Collective farms are wide open areas with government-paid or contracted land management. Farm collectives provide available farming labor and skills to hourly wage workers. Workers clean, clear, plant, weed, and harvest different area farms where directed by management. Then prepare and transport crops to the Alliance Harvest Center. Collective farms are intended to provide employment for the majority of able-bodied citizens who want to work but are uncomfortable with business management. Today, one of the greatest expense of time for farmers is discovering ways to make produce available for sale. The Alliance Harvest Center is a warehouse of produce grown by Alliance farmers. The Alliance Center pays a set and posted price for farmers' goods, then makes the produce available at wholesale prices to local and area-wide grocers, feed and seed stores, produce centers, and restaurants, and makes delivery when necessary. The local Alliance centers work together as one. Alliance Harvest Centers' earned income is used to pay producing farmers, workers, management, and transporters. If and when there is a shortage of funding, only then is the government there to close the gap. Almost every town in Puerto Rico has an intercity area with a town square or park in the center of activity. Today, a large number of commercial buildings are either vacant or occupied by governmental agencies. In addition, the retail area just beyond this central area experiences light or no foot traffic, and buildings are abandoned and in poor condition. To make it possible for any inner city to survive and prosper, there must be adequate foot traffic and easy access and parking. Find areas just outside the commercial rehabilitation area, hopefully large block-size areas. Remove all structures and improve the area as parking. To get the potential customer or tourist to the commercial area, employ golf cart type vehicles with a train of 5 or more passenger carts to make regular runs between the commercial shopping district and parking. The transportation is free and people can shop, take packages back to their car, ride back and shop some more. And if your town is successful, it may have more than one central location for shopping and restaurants located nearby. In this case, the transportation will also be from shopping area to shopping area. The government of Puerto Rico takes control of these commercial properties by purchase or with lease contracts at greatly reduced rents to the government. Government provides the promise to oversee the rehabilitation of the building, improve the front exterior to show off its historical architectural beauty, resurface sidewalks, and paint building frontage with beautiful pastel colors that show off the individual character of the buildings. With the potential higher demand for these properties, owners could also be rewarded with enhanced property values. Establish commercial sign standards to give all commercial endeavors an equal chance to the enterprise dollar and create a uniform look among the merchants. It can be suggested to establish unlit wood painted or carved signs to a maximum of 1 square meter to hang perpendicular to the building over the sidewalk. And if large windows are available, they may be used to letter the business name. But avoid large window display signs that block the view to the interior and possibly clash with the planned look of the building. This way, business owners do not have to compete with large signs, and all businesses have an equal chance to the shopping dollar. There are a large number of people who dream of opening their own business in restaurant and retail. But the looming possibility for failure and devastating bankruptcy holds many in their tracks. Lack of capital, of course, is the prime reason for failure. Imagine the possibility where you can start your own business dream with a fraction of operating cost. Imagine free or near free rent, improved high foot traffic areas, and even the possibility of obtaining your merchandise free. 100% of your profits can be used to grow your business, make payroll, pay utilities, and you. Today, it is only a fantasy, but the possibility of growing your dream in Puerto Rico can exist. All or most of the inner city revitalization is created for this reason. A town of beautiful buildings and easy parking and transportation is only vibrant if the buildings are occupied with clean and unique stores and restaurants. Government contract leases with the commercial dreamer with the use of these revitalized retail spaces for a token amount of rent or possibly free. As these 2 or 3 year contracts end, rents can grow commensurate to the success of the newly established and growing business. If the business is still struggling, but the owner wants to continue, the lease can be subject to review for renewal. Almost all retailers have stock that becomes difficult to move, or the retailer needs the space for new merchandise to give a new look for his business. The retailer has the opportunity to transport this new but unsold merchandise for tax credits to Puerto Rico's Recycled Merchandise Center, located in most townships. These are large warehouse-style buildings using presently vacated structures. The merchandise is sorted for review, and contracted retailers can pick and choose from the stock for their establishment. Items not claimed by contracted store owners after a year or so can be made available for sale at local public auctions. Each year, thousands of residents in Puerto Rico wish to discard and replace home contents, but realize they are much too good to end up in the landfill. These residents can help the cause of business success in Puerto Rico and gain a tax incentive or retail credit from participating stores. Retail sales improve when homeowners now have space for new things. And if the resident does not have access to good transportation, they may call upon township contracted truck owners to transport their items to community gift centers. There, at the CGC, employees determine good items from bad and sort and display the good items, and the bad items find their way back to the landfill or recycling centers. Contracted retailers will have the opportunity to visit these CGCs and pick up merchandise for their store. Stores may also hire talented workers to refurbish broken merchandise. On a regular basis, CGCs move donated items from one location to another. After a period of time, color-coded or numbered items unclaimed after an expired period of time can find their way also to the landfill or recycle centers. Contracted retailers who may wish to change merchandise has the freedom to transport their merchandise to the community gift center and then restock their stores with different merchandise. Tourism service for the vacation planner, as well as the impulsive visitor who wants to experience what Puerto Rico has to offer, can take advantage of Puerto Rico's new government-sponsored free service, Open Arms Lodging of Puerto Rico, to encourage tourism, to support local lodges, and experience local tourist attractions. Imagine the airport full of advertising about Open Arms Lodging of Puerto Rico with phone number and web address. And the traveling public sees advertisement about Open Arms Lodging. Tourists are encouraged to contact Open Arms for free service for both the lodge owner and the tourism public. Open Arms provides information about locally owned lodging all over Puerto Rico, sorted by restaurant themes, location, amenities, even photos sent to your phone and the GPS destination, along with the owner's welcome and an exploration list of attractions to experience at or near their lodge. With the help of Open Arms Lodging of Puerto Rico, just about anyone can create a lodging destination of a dozen or more cottages with new hope for success. Or one may find one of many small lodging locations in need of renovation that are often hidden, out-of-the-way places that presently see little business and may be in danger of disappearing from the landscape. Open Arms, with its minimum set standards, periodically visits these lodges to ensure the integrity of tourist satisfaction. If the owner needs help to comply, Open Arms will help provide reference for employees or partnerships. One of the greatest needs for successful advertisement is not only adequate lodging, but unique lodging with local natural attractions. Attractions that are abundant in Puerto Rico. Lodging with unique themes will add much to the Puerto Rico experience. Themes and tours such as quiet mountain views, waterfalls, access to ancient Taíno sites and Taíno lodging recreation sites with unique plays, games, and authentic dress and culture, caves, rivers, mountain streams, hot and cold springs, locations surrounded by rainforest, fruit tree farms, and unique travels through history, like viewing farming with oxen, close views and education with windmill farms, horse farms, and horseback riding, and unique shopping experiences in the local historic districts and townships. All of these can rank as high as those with beach and water trip activities. The potential for new things for tourists to see is as abundant as the imagination of the Puerto Rican people. When the possibility for success grows for the lodge owners, not only does the lodge owner benefit, but Puerto Rico's revenue base and tourist activity grow. Government does best what the individual cannot do on his own. And with just a little help from the government, an explosion of reasons to visit and explore Puerto Rico lie just over the horizon.